Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the Khasi tribe and its social organization. As we are all aware about the unique character of this particular tribe, that it is one of the best examples of almost matriarchal society existing till date. Now let us have the introduction. The Khasi are an indigenous tribal people who live in Khasi and Jaintia hill districts of Meghalaya and its northern slope up to Brahmaputra Valley and the southern slope rolling to the Surma Valley. The Khasi call themselves Rilam. According to some historians, Khasi is a generic term used for various tribes and sub-tribes who inhabit the Khasi and Jaintia hills. The Khasi have old and rich oral tradition which reveals a hidden truth of their past. Generally, they are descendants of Mon Khmer speakers who migrated from Yunnan to Meghalaya, and thus they are of East Asian origin. The Khasi is a matrilineal community. It is just not the matrilineal character, but some other typical characters differentiate the Khasi from the other tribes of Northeast India. Geographical distribution and subgroups. The traditional social, culture, ethical, political, and economic ideals of the Khasis are interwoven with the origin of the Khasi race. Since 1952, this area has been administered under the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India. This tribe is divided into 4 main subgroups. The Khenriam Khasi, distributed in the Shillong plateau of the Khasi hills. The Panar Khasi of the Jaintia hills. The War Khasis inhabiting in the west and south slopes of Meghalaya. The Voi Khasi settled in the lowlands. Clans. Some of the important Khasi clans known as Kur are Lingdo, Kharangkor, Dangdor, Soklet, Marwaning, Simle, etc. The clan or Kur is the nucleus of Khasi life. Members of a clan trace their descent from a root ancestress, and all clans are bound together by strict ties of religion, ancestress worship, and funeral rites. All social, cultural, and political institutions revolve around it. The clans of the Khasi are reckoned through mothers. Mother is regarded as a custodian of family rites and religious performances. Choosing of mate from one's own clan is regarded as a great sin. After marriage, a man becomes a member of his wife's clan. He goes to live with wife in their house. Marriage. A man marries between the age of 17 to 21 years and a woman at the age of 18 years. Marriage is strictly monogamous. Both parallel cousin and cross cousin marriages are prohibited with the exception that a girl may marry her father's sister's son after the death of the father. Divorce is frequent, however, the declaration has to be made in public. Children live with their mother after divorce. Family. Family is the smallest social unit in the Khasi society. A family is composed of the grandmother, her daughter, their husbands, and children. The permanent members are the daughters who, after their marriage, settled in their mother's family along with their husbands. In the Khasi society, the most common office is the house of the youngest daughter, known as Ling Khadua of the family. The holder of this office, that is the youngest daughter, known as Ka Khadua, is responsible for the performance of the family religious rites and ceremonies. She is also entitled the largest share of family property. In the Khasi society, the mother's brother also has an important position. He is in charge of the management of mother's ancestral property and helps in performing important social ceremonies. On the father's side, it is the father's sister who is the repository of the bonds of the father's family. Inheritance of property. Now we will see in brief about the inheritance of property about this particular tribe. In the Khasi society, inheritance of property follows the female line. All movable property of the family and house are inherited by the youngest daughter. As regards immovable or land property other than the house, there may be two alternatives. Mother may keep intact the entire property of the family and leave it to her youngest daughter, or she may divide the property and give to all daughters during her lifetime. A male may inherit in the absence of a suitable heiress. Chieftainship of the village. The Khasi state is formed by the voluntary association of villages or group of villages or groups of villages. The head of the state is the Shyam or chief. The authority of the Shyam or chief is very limited, as he cannot perform any important act without consulting his darbar, which is the executive council having judicial powers. The chief receives the income from the Raj or state lands. Shyam is elected within the members of the Shyam families. Traditional law. The Khasi rules are very severe with the law breakers, as they do not want any repetition of the crime. A murderer is punished by beating till death, whereas adultery is punished through life imprisonment, etc. All petty offences are dealt in local council, whereas great crimes are finalized at the court of central jurisdiction. Religion. A very unique feature of the Khasi is that they do not follow idol worship. Their worship is offered towards the spirits, and the people also propitiate the dead ancestors. They believe in transmigration of souls. All religious rites and ceremonies are usually performed by the clan through a priest known as Lingdo. Individual households also possess their own small domestic shrines. Above all, the Khasi recognizes a supreme power known as Spirit as the creator of the world. The Khasi also cremates the dead body. The dead body of Shyam is generally mummified by immersing the corpse into liquor. Sometimes such mummified corpse is left uncremated for years together. Now let us have the conclusion. After going through a detailed discussion about the various aspects of social structure which comprises a Khasi society, we can conclude that the Khasi social organization is almost matriarchal. However, the Khasi society yields the conclusion that privileges do develop as a consequence of matrilineal descent, matrilocal residence, and inheritance of property through the female line only, which add to the status of women. Thus, we find that both matrilineal and matrilocal residence give a preeminent position to the Khasi women. It is residence in association with the inheritance of property which adds to social status. The Khasi supplies us with an example of a near matriarchal society.